And it's time for book chat. Yeah, every Thursday we have a book chat, and we have an author come in to talk about their books. Now, I'm going to be taking this one, and I have a feeling it's going to be a really insightful conversation. Why? Because of the title. It says, For Moms, Golden Guidelines for Raising Excellent Kids. The author, Damilola Ogunremi, author, etiquette expert, and image consultant. It's great to have you here.
I'm honored. Thank you. Good morning.
All right, then. So with a book like this, you have expectations.
Yes.
You expect some kind of guidelines, bullet points as to what to do or what not to do. And you focused on mums. But I have to ask, why mums? Why not just parents?
Actually, when the book was released, I had a lot of single dads attacked me that what about us. The early stage of writing the book, the research I did was this: moms are oftener home than daddies.
Okay.
Even when we go to work, we'll make it back in time because of the children.
Okay.
So while I was writing the book, I asked myself, who can really impart this knowledge, this behavior, sort of skill set I want to pass across, other than moms?
Okay.
So maybe in the second edition, we can consider daddies.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Just wanted to clarify if there was something specific about moms, for moms in here. But there are quite a few nuggets. We will get to it. There are quite a few nuggets in here. And I was just going through your content page. It's really packed, this particular piece.
Thank you.
And thank you for putting it together.
Thank you.
Your children will imitate you. That's the first one.
Okay.
Imitating you as a parent, as an adult, as an individual. How do you mean?
One thing is this: you cannot impart. You cannot give what you don't have.
Okay.
You want your children to be properly behaved, and you don't have such. The behavior you're trying to teach. What do you think will happen? It's what you have that will be imitating. You say learning starts from home. If you look at the scenario in the second scenario in the chapter 1, it talked about a story of a young girl, asking boys to kiss her in the school bathroom. And when she was questioned, she says, I see my mom bringing different men when my dad travels.
Wow.
So she said, I just want to experience what it feels like to be with different boys.
Wow.
So, and I'm sure that she didn't intend to be a bad mother. She didn't expect that her behavior would be a reflection on her daughter. I'm sure she wanted her child to grow properly. So imitation learning starts from home. Okay. So don't sit properly, but when you sit as a mother, you're sitting like this. What do you expect?
There is quite a lot that you can gather from when you see a family, maybe at a restaurant or outside or even in church. You know the children who imitate their parents and those who are just constantly being reprimanded or punished or corrected. Speaking of correcting, you have a chapter on that. You say here, corrected children, extraordinary children. That's on page 29. Now, I noted that you said corrected children, not punished children.
Not punished children.
So where is the place of discipline in this conversation?
Okay, before you can take the measure of punishment, it must be that you're having a serious, difficult child on your hand. Okay. So let's talk about correction here. You want a child to behave in a certain manner. Yeah. You as a parent, you write down this expected behavior. Okay. You write down your goal, what you expect. Then you call the child. Before you put in, you take the punishment measure, you must first apply what I call consequences. Okay. This is how I want you to behave. There must be an expected behavior. Okay. You don't just expect a child, I want you to behave properly, but you don't put the behavior down. Okay. This is the behavior I want of you. When you break the rules, this is the consequences. Okay. So that's this correction. Then when the child is not behaving in the certain manner that you expect them to behave, you remind them. This is correction. You don't just pounce on a child. Before you take the pouncing measure, you have to really, really correct them over and over and over again. And I want you to know that children are not people that easily learn. They don't learn instantly, especially when it comes to behavior.
Okay, so I'm going to take maybe a scenario of my own. I think I've talked about this once or twice with friends, where you set the rule.
Set the behavior first.
You set the behavior.
Then, yes,
so this is what I expect of you. Okay, so we're in the car, we arrive at the mall, right? I ask you, so what are the rules of the mall? You know, okay, stay with mommy at all times.
Yes.
Don't run about. Ask permission before you touch anything. Those are the rules I've set, right? Okay, let's say we go into the mall and there's a big bonanza and promo and there's balloons and a mascot handing out toys. And then one of my kids just says, oh, I'm going for that balloon or whatever mommy said. They've forgotten.
So help.
Right? They've forgotten. You are saying how many times do you correct this wrong behavior? It's not exactly bad behavior. It's expected of a child.
Yes.
How many times do you correct this wrong behavior before you discipline?
See, one thing you have to understand about parenting a child is that it takes a long time.
Okay.
If a parent had given up on us, what would become today wouldn't amount to that.
Okay.
I mean, it's something you do over and over and over and over and over until it becomes a part of that child.
Okay. When does this begin?
I can put, it start early.
How early are we talking now?
Imagine, as soon as a child can stretch his or her hand to say, mommy, water, mommy, biscuit, you start teaching.
Okay.
You start imparting appropriate behavior to those children.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to touch on the next aspect. You and I've already touched a little bit on imitating.
Yes.
And emulating.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier as well that parents can't give what they don't have.
Yes, you can't.
So are you saying this is in order to give them what they don't have? Is this what they need as a guide?
This is one of the essence of the book.
Okay.
And if you read the book, there's a situation in the book where you see a woman, she had a problem with her husband, and she took that out on her children. In fact, there's a lot of reasons why this book is targeted at mothers. Okay. Besides the time that we make it back home, you know, so it's just to give them. Okay. I'm not saying you don't have it. Okay. Let me brush up. As an etiquette expert, that's what we're actually doing.
So this is basically from the etiquette side of things, from the outlook.
What is etiquette, please? The character education that we need.
Character.
The character education that we need.
So, for parents that are interested in building better character and personable interactions with their kids, this might just be the book for you. Once again, the name of the book is For Moms, Golden Guidelines for Raising Excellent Kids. And honestly, I really appreciate you for putting this together. Well done. And more grease to your elbows, because there's loads of kids that need this. We are going to be taking a quick break now, but we'll be back with more. Wake Up Nigeria continues.